Hi and welcome. In this chapter, we will discuss about AWS VPC peering. So, what is VPC peering? So, a VPC peering connection is a networking connection between two VPCs that enables you to route traffic between them. The meaning of this is consider you have two VPCs. For example, let's say VPC A or VPC B. For example, the address range is 10.0.0.0/0. Here the address range is 172.20.0.0/0. So let's imagine you have a subnet. So the subnet range is 0.0.0/24. Here the subnet range may be 172.20.0.0/24. And you deployed a virtual machines inside this subnet. Similarly, you deployed virtual machines here as well. So you may have another subnet, which is subnet 2. Here also subnet 2. So you may have another virtual machines in this subnet. So by default, within a VPC, you can communicate. It means you can communicate with the virtual machine between the subnets in a single VPC. Here also you can communicate each other. So this is because of the default routing entry which we have with respect to the local, and we have the default security group rule which will allow you to communicate each other. However, for example, let's say you have multiple VPC, and if you have multiple VMs inside that VPC, you cannot communicate across the VPC. It means the virtual machine from here cannot communicate to the virtual machine over here across the VPC. This is by default not allowed. So if you wanted to communicate each other from a virtual machine in a VPC A and virtual machine in VPC B, then you have to do something called VPC peering. So peering, it will establish a connectivity across your VPCs. So the good part of VPC peering is, for example, let's say your VPC is in one region. For example, it is in India, another one is in US. So if you do VPC peering, you can communicate a VM from US to India. So it will allow you to communicate across a VM from India to US and vice versa. So this is the beauty of VPC peering. So irrespective of any region, so it will allow you to communicate seamlessly each other between the EC2 instance. So this is the brief about VPC peering.